Hi everybody, welcome back. We're about to do some yoga, so grab your mat, grab props if you'd like to use them. I'll give you a few seconds to get those things and I'll see you right back here. Hi again. We're going to start today on our hands and knees. So let's begin, starting with a couple of rounds of cat and cow just to get the spine warmed up. You can tuck or untuck the toes here, whatever feels good. Starting with a big inhale, arch the spine, lift the tailbone, let the eyes look up. Then exhale, round it down into your cat. Inhaling, arching. Nice, slow, deep breath in. Exhaling, rounding, hollow out the belly. Inhale, arching. Exhaling, rounding. 2 more like that. Nice, easy breaths. Follow the movement with the breath. And neutralize the spine after your last exhale. Now slide your right leg straight out to the right side. Your right foot will be flat. You can tuck or untuck your left toes. Now walk your hands back toward the left knee as you shift back a little bit. If this doesn't feel great, then don't do it. You can stay up here, keeping the right leg out. Please modify your practice today as it makes sense for you. Then come back up. Slide your right leg straight back behind you on the mat. Toes tucked on the mat. Gently press a little through the heel. One more breath. Now lifting up your right leg, put a bend in the knee and bring the right knee outside your left leg. Feel free to hold it here or shift back. Give it another deep breath. And coming up, return your right knee over to the right side. We'll switch the sides, left leg out to the left side toward 9 o'clock. Your foot is flat, toes, heel on the mat. You can tuck or untuck your right toes. You can stay upright here or shift back a little bit if that feels good. We just want to open up the inner left adductor, the inner left thigh. One breath. We'll come back up, slide your left leg straight back behind you, toes tucked on the mat. Then lifting up your left leg, bend at the knee and bring the left knee outside the right leg. Option to keep it there or shift back if you choose. Hold for another deep breath. Nice hip stretch. Then come back up, return your left knee over to the left side. Spread the fingers wide, start tucking your toes and press back to downward facing dog. Lift up and back. And if you like in your first down dog, maybe walk out the feet a little, pedal out the heels, bending one knee, the other. Or not, that's okay too. Just stay with the breath, stay present, stay focused on what you're doing, and we'll hold it here for another deep breath. And put a little bend in the knees, look forward, walk or lightly hop your feet to the front. fold over the legs when you get there and the feet slightly separating. Let yourself hang over the legs, then slowly roll up to stand as you press down and uncurl, lifting all the way up. Relaxing the shoulders, standing tall in Tadasana. Inhaling, sweep the arms around. Exhaling, dive over the legs. Lift your chest with the inhale. Step back into plank pose as you exhale. Breathing in, you can chaturanga or drop the knees to modify. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And returning to downward facing dog unless you feel like giving a few deep breaths in child's pose. And keeping the breath moving. One more deep breath. And soft bend in the knees, look forward through the hands, step or float your feet to the front. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, round down and fold. Inhaling, sweep the arms around, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach, lift overhead, exhale, dive right back over the legs. Uttanasana. Chest up, inhale. Exhale, plank, step it back. If you want to jump it into your chaturanga, feel free if that's in your practice. Otherwise, just taking it easy as you flow through. And of course, you're welcome to child's pose instead of down dog, up to you. Nice, easy, deep breaths. Relax the shoulders. Let's give it one more full breath. From your down dog, look forward, step or jump the feet lightly. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, round it down. We'll do one more set like that. Inhale, sweep the arms around. Exhale, dive right back over the legs. Chest up, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. You can step it or jump chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing or child's pose. 3 more deep breaths. One more. From your downward facing, soft knees look forward, step or hop the feet. Lift the chest, inhale, then exhale, round it down. Step your feet together, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring the prayer to the heart. We'll do a standing figure 4. Shift your weight to the right leg. Take your left ankle above the right knee. Sit deep for a breath. Take it to low lunge, left leg back, hands down. Lower the back knee, Ardha Hanuman half split as you straighten the right leg, 1 breath. And bending up at the front knee, sweep the arms forward, Anjaneyasana, arms high. Maybe look up, 1 breath. And this time, as you straighten the front leg, take your left hand behind you and bring your right elbow toward your right leg. So your fingertips toward your right ear as you open up a little bit toward the left side. A little bit of balance here, a little hamstring stretching. Just a little fun thing. Then come to center, lower the hands, rebend the right knee, lift your back knee up, turn the back heel down, warrior one, press through, arms high, reach up. Warrior two, reach out to the side, one breath. Reverse the warrior, right arm over. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach out, use a block if you like under the right hand, lift the left leg, lift the left arm. Keep the breath moving as you settle into your balance, and when you can, shift your gaze left, maybe look up, one more breath. Standing split pose, lower the left hand, forehead to the front shin, one breath. We'll add a little Shiva squat here, tap the left knee behind the right, bring it in. Inhale, lift the left leg high, low lunge, step back, downward facing dog, press back. You can hold it here or flow through your plank chaturanga, up dog. Returning to downward facing, one more breath. From your downward facing, look forward, step or float the feet to the front. Lift the chest, inhale, then exhale, round it down. Step your feet together, Utkatasana chair. Bring the palms together at the heart. Now take the right ankle above the left knee, standing figure four, one breath. Sit deep if you can. Taking it to low lunge, the right leg back, toes down, hands down, lower your back knee, Ardha Hanuman half split, straighten the left leg, one breath. Rebending up at the left knee, sweep the arms forward, straight overhead, Anjaneyasana, low crescent. As you start straightening the left leg, take your right hand behind you, bend the left elbow and bring your left elbow toward the left leg. Now opening up your chest toward the right. Come to center, lower the hands, bending up at the left knee. Lift your back knee up off the mat. Warrior one, turn the back heel down, press through, come up, arms high. Warrior two, reach out, one breath. Reverse warrior, left arm over. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach out, block if you want to use it, lift the right leg up, right arm high. Take your time, move with controlled efforts. And shifting your gaze to the right when you can, if you can. Shift your gaze up if you can, one more breath. Standing split, right hand down, forehead to the front shin, one breath. Adding a little Shiva squat, tap your right knee behind the left, bring it in. Inhaling the right leg high, low lunge, touch back down on the mat, take it to downward facing dog, step back. You can hold in your down dog or flow through. And give it another deep breath. And listen carefully. We'll put a little bend in the knees. Walk your hands to your feet so you're folding over the legs toward the back of the mat. Your feet should still be about hip width distance. We'll step the feet wider apart toward the edges of the mat, but definitely keeping feet on the mat. Angle the toes out a little bit to make it a little easier for yourself. Coming into Malasana, nice squat pose, put a deep bend in the knees and bring the palms together at the heart. So feel free if coming all the way down like this is not great on the knees or the hips. You can come up about halfway, elbows right above the knees, or sink down. If your heels are lifting up, you can always roll up a blanket under your heels, or roll up your mat under the heels. We'll do the same thing. Find some length along the spine, relax the shoulders, look past the nose, and we'll add a little shoulder opening stretch here. Bring the right hand in front of the right foot. Sweep the left arm up. Option to hold it here. If you want to take a little half bind, you can wrap the left arm around the lower back. Keep opening up toward the left side. One more breath. Let's meet in center, palms together again at the heart, and we'll go the other way. This time the left hand in front of the left foot, right arm up. Option to keep it here, or if you like, wrap the right arm around the lower back for a little half bind action. Opening to the right, one more breath. Returning to center, palms together, hands toward the mat. Lift the sit bones, coming into a forward fold. Bring the feet again, hip width distance apart, just about where they would be in your down dog. Let's do a little Padangusthasana, hand to toe pose. Grab your big toes in yogi toe lock, first two fingers of each hand. This is an inside grip, so we're grabbing inside the big toes. Lift your chest, inhale. Then exhale, elbows out, head down. Soften shoulders away from the ears, and option if you want to go for it. If you prefer to modify, ragdoll, hanging over the legs, hands to elbows. Completely up to you. Either variation is fine. Just make sure the breath moves nice and easy. We'll hold for another full breath. Big inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, letting go of your toes. Bring hands to the waist, and with a flat back, press up slow to stand. Coming all the way up. Stand tall, relax the shoulders. We'll do a little Vrikshasana tree pose into a variation. Shift your weight to the right leg, turn the left toes out toward the left side. Keep looking straight ahead at either one point or anything else that's not moving where you are. Step your left foot inside the right leg. You can go above or below the knee. Bring palms together at the heart. Keep the shoulders moving down away from the ears, then press down. Float the arms up, separate your hands. As the arms continue lifting, drop the shoulder blades down the back, and we'll hold for another deep breath. Bring the palms to prayer again at the heart. Point your left knee straight forward. Brief warrior three, left leg back as you tilt forward. Come into standing split. We'll lower the hands toward the mat. Left leg higher, head down. Option if you want to take your right hand to the right foot for a slightly deeper stretch if you want to go for it. One more breath. And inhale, lift the left leg half an inch higher. As you exhale, take a little Shiva squat. Tap the left knee behind the right and bring it in. Inhale to lift the left leg up. With your exhale, fold over the legs. Step your left foot back on the mat next to the right. Separate the feet a little bit as you hang over the legs again. Return your feet to about hip width distance apart. This time, Padahastasana, hand to foot pose. Lift your chest, lift the fronts of the feet, slide the hands under. Drop the toes down, head down, continue folding, shoulders out of the ears. And if you did it on the first side, ragdoll pose, hands to elbows. Just make sure you switch the grip. And we'll take another deep breath or two here. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhaling, let go of your hands from the feet and bring your hands to the waist. Flat back, press up slow to stand. When you come all the way up, relax the shoulders. We'll do Vrikshasana, tree pose. Second side, shift your weight to the left leg. Keep looking straight ahead at one point. Turn the right toes out. Step your right foot inside the left leg. Avoid the inner left knee. When you're stable, palms to prayer, relax the shoulders down. With your inhale, float the arms up, separate your hands, reach high. Keep the shoulder blades dropping down the back. Soft gaze, one more full breath. Bring the palms to prayer again at the heart. Point your right knee straight forward, warrior three. Right leg back, tilt forward like a seesaw. Into standing split. We'll lower hands to the mat, head down, right leg continue lifting it up. Option if you want to keep both hands down or take your left hand toward the left ankle to help draw you in a little bit more. Head down for one more breath. And inhaling, the right leg lifted half an inch higher. Exhale, Shiva squat. Tap the right knee behind the left, bring it in. Inhaling, lift the right leg. Step all the way back to the mat. Hands down, separate the feet hip width distance apart. Let's walk the hands out for downward facing dog. Option if you want to flow through or just hold your down dog. And we'll take another full breath. We'll lift the right leg high. Step to low lunge, bring your foot through the hands and lower the back knee down. Ardha Hanuman half split as you straighten the front leg. Option to hold it right here. If you want to put blocks under the hands, feel free. If you want to go for it, working a little deeper into your Hanuman asana. Full split. Carefully slide the right heel through, the left knee back. You can keep it here. I like to use props here because it just helps me to find the stretch a little easier. Also, it prevents me from sliding too far into the pose where I can't get out of it, or at least not safely. So feel free if you want to put a block or something under the front leg. Lift the chest, right? And your hips should be squared to the front of the mat. So making sure your left hip doesn't tilt back. Keep the hips squared forward. You can either keep the hands down for stability or raise your arms. Option if you want to even take hands to elbows and hold for another full breath. And lowering hands down, slide the right heel in, left knee in, removing your prop. Let's come into a little pigeon pose. Bring the right knee through the left leg back. Sit tall, modify on the back as you see fit, if that makes sense. If you're otherwise good to go, you can walk the hands out, lower the head down. Maybe slide a block under your forehead, maybe a cat. That's up to you, of course. And just ease into the stretch. Let the breath move nice and easy. And hold for another deep breath or two. And coming out, we'll slide the hands in, lift the head up, meeting in down dog, press back. Option again to just shake it off, stretch it out, or if you choose, flow through plank chaturanga, up to you. We'll switch the sides. We'll lift up the left leg high. Low lunge, big step through the hands. Lower the back knee, Ardha Hanuman half split, straightening the left leg, one breath. You can keep it here in your half split or working deeper into Hanumanasana. Slide the left heel through the right knee back. Option to grab a block or any other props that you're using. Keep your hips square toward the front of the mat. So make sure the right hip comes slightly forward to do that. You can keep hands down for balance or lift the arms, maybe hands to elbows. Let's hold it for another deep breath or so. And as we let go, hands back down on the mat, carefully release, slide your left heel in the right knee and transition into your pigeon. Left knee through, right leg back, sit tall. Modify as you see fit, reverse figure four on the back if that suits you. If the hips are level, the alignment is good and you feel good to go, slide the arms out, head down. Option if you want to use a prop under the forehead again, up to you. We'll hold for another deep breath or so. And coming out, hands in, head up. Roll to your outer left hip. Bring the right leg around, coming into Sukhasana, easy seat, your cross-legged seat. So the right ankle lines up in front of the left. Sit tall, hands back, lean in. Option if you want to walk the hands out, fold a little deeper, just making sure your sit bones remain anchored on the mat. And hold it here for another deep breath or so. And releasing out, you'll return upright, head up. We'll switch the feet, bring your left ankle in front of the right, making sure we get both sides equally here. Start with the hands back, sit tall, lean in. Option to walk your hands around front for the deeper fold. We'll hold it here for another deep breath or so. And releasing, bring the hands in, return upright, uncross the ankles, the knees, bend at your knees, roll down onto your backs. Option if you wanted to take an inversion before we settle into Shavasana. Here is your opportunity if you want to take shoulder stand, Sarvangasana into Plow Halasana, Shirshasana headstand if you want to come forward. If you would rather just skip it, feel free to settle back, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out. If the hips need a little support, you can take blocks under the knees or roll up blankets under the knees, up to you. Hands on your belly or on the legs. Let's hold wherever you are. Hold for about 3 more deep breaths. Just stay connected to the breath. One more time. And if you're upside down, take your counter stretch, slowly release out. If you're in shoulder stand, you'll lay on your back for fish, Matsyasana. You can roll onto your belly for cobra pose if you like. From headstand, you can always take child's pose. And if you are where I'm at, Supta Baddha Konasana, you can take hands to the knees, fold the knees in, hug the knees in. And maybe windshield wiper the knees a little side to side. Wherever you are, hold for another deep breath or so. And we'll meet in center on the back. You can hug the knees in again one more time. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, bring the forehead to the knees for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release as you settle back in Shavasana, extending out the legs. Separate the feet. Turn the palms up and close your eyes. Let yourself settle back, enjoying a few moments of stillness, softening the space between the eyebrows, unclenching the jaw, letting go of the breath, and just embracing this time to restore and recover before returning to your day. Feel free to remain for longer if you have time to do so. Otherwise, I will leave you here today. Thank you again for joining me on the mat. Until we meet again, namaste